Have you seen or heard of a loofah? Well, these are really good for you to wash your body with in the shower. Yes, they are called loofahs. This is what I use to wash when I take a shower. I use these better than instead of a washcloth. I use a washcloth for my face and my other parts of the body, but I don't use this on my body. I use this on my arms, chest, legs, neck, like just to scrub them really hard parts. You know what I mean? Like, take it, scrub your arm. Of course, it's going to be wet with your soap and everything. So you just wet it, like put it under the water real good and wet it real good and put your soap on there. And then you can wet it again one more time if you want. And then just take it and scrub it on your arms real good. Scrub it on, just like you're taking a regular shower. But don't use this on your face or, down there. Just use like a regular rag or washcloth, whatever you call it, for your face and down there. And these are really, really good. You can buy these at any store now. They have them at Walmart, TJ Maxx, basically Kroger. They basically sell them at any store in the hygiene section. So if you go usually if you go in the hygiene section where they sell your soap and maybe your shampoo and conditioner and stuff like that, usually you'll see these either hanging on them little, them little things that they be having in the aisle, or they'll be in like a basket or something in the aisle, and you could just get these. Now, I like to get them hard because there's some that's hard, some that's soft. Now, this one is pretty hard. I like to get mine hard just because I feel like it cleans better when it gets hard. Now, they do have some little bitty ones if you want one like to travel with. And then they have these sizes. Now, you could tell this one hasn't been used. But when it gets old, like I usually try to switch them out. Because they do hold bacteria and everything because you're using them so much. But I use mine, like I have one in the shower now that I need to switch out and put this one in there. So I use it until I feel like it's really, really dirty. Then I'll throw it away and get me a new one. Or you could tell it's going to get old because the little, you see how it's nice and neat right now? Like over time, all of these are going to start pulling out. You know what I mean? You see how it's nice and neat, but over time, all of this is just going to start pulling out where you could start seeing the string. And I'm like, okay, it's time to get a new one. But that's why I picked up an extra. I try to keep extra if I can, because, I can't remember how long. I'll try to find it, or just Google, how long should you use a loofah sponge on Google, and it should tell you how long you should use them. Or how long should you be using a loofah, as terms of weeks or months before you get a new one. So I can't really remember exactly when. It's just, I know I usually use mine when the little fuzzies start coming all the way out. You know what I mean? So these are really good. And then you just hang them up on your shower rack that you might keep over your shower head, that you keep your little soap and face wash and stuff in, and you just hang them on your little shower rack like this, and it'll dry over time. And then you could just keep using it when you take a shower. And then if you feel like, ew, it's really, really dirty, I need to switch it out, then this is where this one will come in handy. You just take that one and throw it away and put your new one on. Now remember, you want to try, you don't have to switch them out as often, but I preferably prefer, I don't know, it just depends, because for me, I usually, if I remember, I try to do it maybe at least, I don't know, once a month or something like that, just because over time it does hold a lot of bacteria. But that's why I said I don't need to switch it out now, because the one that I'm currently in the shower using, I just got that one as well. And then I ended up getting this one as an extra one, so that's why I said I don't need to switch them out now. But try to, or you could just switch them out if they, like if you're looking at them, you'd be like, oh, these do feel really nasty, or this really looks nasty, then you could throw it away. Although, yeah, it's going to be wet when you throw it away, but at least you'll have your clean loofah in the shower with you. The reason I like them like this when they are hard, and like I try to get them like this when, like this one, I don't know if you could tell, but this one is not nice and hard, like not too hard, but I like them hard because once you put the soap on it, once you put your soap on it, whatever soap you use, and get it wet in the water, and then by the time you scrub, that's the best part because it's nice and hard. So when you really scrubbing like your arms to get it clean, that's how you know it's clean. Now that's why I recommend you using liquid soap for this. You won't be able to use a bar soap for this, so you would have to get a liquid soap and then put the liquid soap on here and then put it wet a little bit and then like scrub your body with it. So once again, bar soap is not going to work. So if you want to use a bar soap for this, that's not going to work because you have to put the soap on here and put it under the water to lather it up to make it all nice and soapy. So that way when you use it to scrub your body, it'll be all nice and soapy. And then when you're done, you just put it under the water, wring it out the best you can. The best you can. Now, it's still probably going to have soap in it, soap or a little water in it once you figure out you wrung it out so many times, but that's okay. You just hang it up to dry, and then the next day you come back, take a shower. You probably won't have to add as much soap because it'll already have soap in it, so you might just have to add a little water. But these are really great. These are my really go-to loofah sponges that I love when I take a shower, and I just like them because they're all nice and bumpy. Like they remind me of a ball, like a basketball, because they're just nice, especially when they're new like this. They just remind me of a bouncy ball because they're just so bouncy, you know what I mean, like this, like so bouncy. But yeah, but it only looks bouncy when it's new like this. Once you start using it over time, it's not gonna be able to bounce like this. Only, like I said, if it gets old and worn out, it's probably not gonna be bouncy like this. But it's only gonna do this because it's new. So just keep that in mind. But let me know what you think about these loofahs. Let me know if you've seen one of these, heard of one of these. Have you used one of these? Would you want to try one of these? I don't know. Just let me know any thoughts or opinions down below about these. They do come in, like I said, they do come in different colors, different sizes. They do have the little bitty ones for travel uses. So if you travel and you want to still use these, but you don't want to take, because anytime I travel, like if I'm going to, it doesn't matter if I go to stay in a hotel or if I go stay with family and I spend the night at their house, I won't take this. I'll leave this in my shower and I'll go buy me a travel one. Like I'll go buy me the really little bitty ones to travel with. Now those get the job done too. It's just they're going to probably be harder to hold because they're so little. Because when you hold it, you're supposed to hold it like this. Like put your 2 fingers in and then kind of wrap your hand around it to hold it like that. Once you get your soap and stuff on it to scrub. So the little ones are harder to hold, but they get the job done. So that way you don't have to worry about taking your big loofah with you when you travel. Especially because I usually, the little ones when I travel, like if I know I gotta stay in a hotel, then I'm like, okay, if I remember, I'm like, okay, let me take this little loofah with me. And then then the little loofahs, you could just throw them away. You don't have, because you can only, them little loofahs, you can only really use them one time. Because think about it. If you take a travel loofah with you, you would not want to bring that dirt and grime and dust and stuff that was on your body. You would not want to put that back in your suitcase. Think about it. Would you want to put that back in your suitcase? after you use the travel loofahs, the smaller one of these? No. Okay, that's why I said the travel loofahs, use them one time. Like if you're going out of town to spend time at a family's house and you're spending the night, or if you're staying in a hotel. And then what I mean by one time is like, if you know you're gonna stay in the hotel, I mean, you can use them maybe 2 or 3, depending. I don't know how long depending on how long you stay out of town or stay in the hotel. But I'm just saying, like, if you're leaving to go back home, don't pack it up to put in your suitcase. Throw it away. I mean, or you can use it once, because that's what I usually do, once or twice, and then I'll throw it away, because yeah. But yeah, so that is the loofah sponges. I believe I'm saying them right. Loofah sponges. Once again, you could pick these up anywhere, basically. Walmart, TJ Maxx, Target, basically any store in the hygiene section. Like I said, they're normally hanging up on they're normally going to be in a bucket, in a basket, or hanging on the little aisles. But if you have any questions, please make sure you leave your comments down below. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe for more.